What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Dorian Show. Happy 4th of July, Independence Day to everybody out there. Today, I hope you all eat tons of hot dogs because there's nothing more American than stuffing your face with penis-shaped foods. That is the American way. Freedom, baby! Listen, guys, I didn't record last week. I took a little break because I was basically feeling lazy. There's nothing more to that. I was just a lazy mofo last week, and I was like, yeah, it's gonna be too hard for me to turn on the camera and just talk into it for 20-30 minutes. So I just stopped, but I'm back now, celebrating America. I love America, even though some crazy stuff has been going on these last couple weeks. But anyway, comedy's been doing fun. Well, I've been having a lot of fun in comedy these past 2 weeks, and I haven't had this feeling in a long time. And I think a lot of it has to do with taking a break from running the show, even though I just had a show on what was it? June 30th. I don't even know when my last show was, but it was a good show. June 30th, June 28th. I don't know. This past Friday. Today's the 1st. But yeah, comedy has been going well. I've been writing more. Yeah, sometimes it's weird. For me, comedy is kind of up and down all the time, and I know a lot of people feel the same way. When I was doing my shows on a weekly basis, I just didn't want to write at all. I was just so tired. I didn't want to do any mics. I didn't want to do anything with comedy. I was just saying the same jokes whenever I go up there, which basically makes me sick of my own jokes and think that I'm trash. But since taking a break, it's been good. There are days, I think 2 weeks ago, there are days where I was like writing probably like a whole new 5 minutes worth of jokes. I didn't use all of it, but those days are really good. Makes me feel like I'm doing something right, that I should keep doing this. But it's not always like that. And no, I'm just going to enjoy this time and like use this as like because I know it's not going to last. There's going to be another valley, and then I'm going to have to look back at this time and be like, oh, it was so great. And it's going to get good again. So this is a good reminder. I'm really happy where I'm at in comedy. So the last week I had a really productive week in comedy. I think on Monday I did 2 mics. Was it 2 mics? Tuesday, 2 mics, which is pretty regular. And then Wednesday I did 4 mics, which was crazy. And a lot of times you don't know it's hard when you're doing open mics to know if your jokes are funny or not. So I did 4 mics that day. 1 out of 3 times I did really well, and then the other 1 out of 4 times, I did really well, and then the other 3 times I just like bombed and ate shit, and it was terrible. And I'm like, dude, if I did not get that one good mic, and it would be really rough for me, But I think these jokes are good. I think they're. Some people just don't like them, and that there's really nothing I can do. I need to stay true to my voice and what I think is funny, which is what I think a lot of comedians out there need to do. A lot of people just in the open mic world, there's a ton of comedians, and I don't know if everybody is just telling the jokes they want to tell, or they're just telling like very generic jokes. And I think a lot of people are doing that, and they just end up all kind of sounding the same, and they kind of blend in with everyone else. But yeah, like the people that I feel that are the most funny, even within the open mics, are the people that kind of have their own style, like their jokes match who they are. So what do I know? I've only been doing comedy for, I don't know how many months this is now. It's less than a year, maybe 10 months. And what do I know? I was in a comedy contest this past Thursday at Alameda Comedy Club, and I was doing It's like a 3-minute contest. There's 25 people. There are 2 sections, right? Each is 25 people. It's a total of 50 new comedians going at each other, and everyone does 3 minutes. And it's kind of crazy how some people are so good already. You know, they've done it less than two years. There's a comedian I know that she's only done it for a couple months, and she went into the finals. I don't know what they call it, the next round in the playoffs. And she is stupid funny, dude. Like the whole crowd she destroyed. Like the whole crowd was just laughing the whole 3 minutes of her set, which is incredible to watch, but also it just shows that there are many people with different talent levels. A lot of people say, you know, you just gotta put your time in and you'll get better, but I don't know, dude. There are people that I've seen and like they're like, I've been doing this for like 7 years, and they are just trash, you know. And like clearly a lot of people that just started are already better than them, and I don't know why that is. I think if you put enough time on things, you should be getting better. But some of these comedians, I've done it for 10 months now, and some of these comedians are like using the same jokes the whole time. They're saying the same like 5-minute sets for the whole 9 months. I've known them, and they've done it for 7 years, so I'm guessing they have been doing this shit for 7 years. That would be insane. I don't even know how I would be able to do the same jokes for more than like a couple weeks without like putting in a back burner and coming back to it. But I don't know. Anyway, I think talent has to do with a lot of it. Some of these people are just so funny. And I think the 2 people that went on to the finalists to the next round for my section, like the two ladies, they're young women, girls, whatever you want to call them, were so funny. And I don't think they've done it for very long, less than a year for sure. Some people just have talent. But yeah, so how did I do at the contest? I didn't make it to the finalists. It's crazy. There was like 25 people, and I went up second, and I was pretty excited. I was like, yeah, I got an early spot. I could just like do my set and just like be a vegetable for the rest of the night, and not have to think about when am I going up next. So anyway, I went up there, I did my jokes, right? And when I was up there, I was like, yeah, dude, this is so great. I'm killing it. You know, I come off stage, I'm like, yeah, dude, high-fiving everyone. I'm like, yeah, I did great, blah, blah, blah. And then that night, I like rewatched my tape, and I'm like, oh, no. You did not do as good as you thought you did. I mean, I didn't do terribly. Like, there were laughs, but it wasn't like boom, 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 like the 2 other comedians I was talking about earlier. They were just killing throughout, and mine was just like, you hear like sparse like laughter here and there. I watched it a couple times. The second time actually it was a little better. I was listening with my headphones, and then I initially just put in the right headphones, and it was like I was bombing. But I guess my phone does something where like some of the noise comes on the left and some on the right. And when I popped on like two headphones, there was a little bit more laughter, or at least it was a little louder laughter. But I was like, dude, I'm like, everybody probably thought I was like such a psychopath when I got off stage. I was like, oh yeah, I killed it, huh? And like, nobody was like, everybody was like, nah, dude, you're okay. You're definitely top 2, because I was top 2 after I got off, because I was, you know, the first 2 comedian. But it's so funny, dude. I don't think I ate shit, but like I got a lot of work to do, especially, you know, seeing. So there's the 5 finalists from each section, so a total of 10. I think the 5 from my group, definitely 3 of them definitely deserve to be up there. The other 2, I don't know if I was paying enough attention to their sets or whatever. I mean, I'm sure they did all right. But for me, it's just more proof that I need to keep working hard at being a comedian if this is something I want to do. And, you know, as of right now, I want to do it for at least 2 years. and see some progress. Hopefully I could get onto other people's shows. Right now I'm just doing my own show, which is so far has been pretty fun. I always get anxious every time I have a show coming up, especially before when I was doing weekly, that no one would show up. But so far every week, like people, like my friends either show up, or the guy I'm hosting with, Abe's friends, show up. So, or people come in from the streets. We've been getting pretty lucky lately. So yeah, I had a show this past Friday. My friend came through. She brought like 3 other friends. Abe had a couple friends, and some guy came off the streets to support the show, and it was great. I mean, we had more. I think we might have. Did we? I think we had like equal numbers of comedians to number of the audience, but it was fine. Everybody had fun. They were a great crowd, willing to laugh. But yeah, it was cool. I mean, I'm just gonna take these shows one month at a time to see where it will go. I hope we could grow the show, so I could get a better audience and a bigger audience and a bigger audience, so I could support the other comics as well as like giving myself stage time, because at this point I'm not able to get any on any other people's shows, which it's fine. I used to be like, what the fuck, I can't get on these shows, but after running my own show, I'm like, there's just too much. They can do whatever the hell they want. I don't care. The open mics have been getting a lot better. I don't know if it's because it's the end of the Rona or people are more willing to go out and see their friends, but there are a couple open mics at least during the week where I feel like it draws at least a couple of regular people to come watch. So that has been helpful. There are new comedians coming in. There are comedians I've never seen before in my life, which is exciting because to me they're basically a live audience. You know what I mean? Like this rotation. And some of the other comedians I've seen a long time, like they're starting to do their own thing, so they stop coming to open mics as much. But yeah, it's a very interesting thing to see. And there's like a couple of comedians I know that just quit or left, and I haven't seen them in a while, which is also interesting because, yeah, I don't know. I think most of the comedians I've been seeing are still in it, which is, you would think a lot of people would drop out quickly, but I think there are a lot of people that when I started, like they started around the same time and they're still here and they're still working on the craft, which is definitely cool. But yeah, I'm still going to do my shows. I'm going to write. I'm looking at bringing in guests to do the podcast. The podcast is kind of rough when I'm doing it by myself. No one to bounce things off of. So yeah, I'm excited for that. What else is going on in my life? I've been gaining so much weight these last couple months, I guess. I was like steady at 220 for a while. Now I'm back to 230. You see these? All fat, baby. The diet hasn't been great. I've been eating a lot of just a lot in general. And I've been not going to the gym as much, and I don't know why. I think it might be because I'm lazy or I just feel tired all the time. But yeah, I've been going every week. I just haven't been going as much. I've been going like once or twice a week, which is not nearly enough. I need to be going to the gym like probably 4 times. I'm going to have to try to get back into that. It's rough. It's tough, but it's doable. I've lost a bunch of weight like multiple times in my life. Someone call that like the yo-yo diet. Which they say it's unhealthy, but I'm like, it's better. It's better being skinny like half the time than fat like your whole life, right? But I don't know. I'm going to try to get some more guests here, do some interesting topics with people that I find interesting. So stay tuned for that. What else has been going on? July 4th. Today's Independence Day. You know what I mean? We have freedoms, even though recently the Supreme Court overturned Roe V. Wade. This is just proof that I don't know anything about politics. I I think me and like everybody else in the world or in the United States pretty much thought like Roe v. Wade will never get overturned, but I guess I'm wrong. It's crazy that they fucking did that. I think this is just proof that politicians are just all stupid. You know what I mean? Like they don't know what they're doing. And I'm talking about all of them, not just Republicans, but Democrats and everybody there trying to just win votes. Like I'm like, who is actually out there fighting to ban abortion? I guess besides the very religious people, but like they're not even a huge group of the right or conservatives. I think there's a lot of people out there just don't like paying their taxes, and that's why they're conservative. But it's crazy. I mean, like they just need that like last 10% of votes that they're willing to just take away people's rights to an abortion. That's crazy. Oh man, I think both parties really know how to fuck things up. I mean, the last couple of years, I think the Democrats really shot themselves in the face with this whole like woke culture and censorship and all this bullshit, and that's why I think the popularity of the Republicans were shooting up, and then all of a sudden these dumbasses I think they're still on the verge of like winning a bunch of Congress seats. But then right before then they decide to ban abortion. Like I can't see how that will help them. Like a lot of people that aren't religious, like super religious, that are kind of on the fence, but like they like not paying taxes. They hate like woke culture. Like this might just lose their vote. They might just hop back to Democrats, right? Back and forth, back and forth. So yeah, I don't know what they're thinking. We could probably use a third party at this point in our country. I'm not a politician or a historian or a whatever. I'm nobody, but there has to be a third party because like you can't. So we have a third option that all the reasonable people will come to. Like people that don't like being woke and they also like abortions. Like they could just come there and you know what I mean. Like they like police, but they also like free healthcare. Like they join this third party where I think most people are going to be at, and it just makes everybody less crazy, which is probably a good thing. But what do I know? I'm just a dumb boy. What else have I here? Okay. I this is such a crazy story I just read. I think I got it from another podcast, but apparently Kyle Rittenhouse, the guy that shot 3 white guys from Kenosha, which is a city in X-Men for all the nerds out there. Anyway, so this motherfucker he got, I don't know, I think the media tried to railroad him, sure, maybe he was protecting himself, but he also just went to this fucking town with a gun, dude. You know what I mean? Like that is never a good idea. And anyway, it doesn't matter. But this guy, if I were him, like I would be so scared. I'd be like, oh fuck, dude, I should have never gone there. I'm just gonna disappear and just lay low for a while. Not this motherfucker, dude. He has a shooting game, right? You're not shooting people, thank God. That would be actually pretty fucking funny if he did that. If Kyle Rittenhouse has a shooting game of like people protesting. That would actually be a fun game, but no, just kidding. He has a shooting game where you shoot like turkeys, and I guess like these turkeys are representative of like fake news. And I'm like, dude, relax, man. It's crazy how everybody's trying to chase clout with any little thing. You know what I mean? Like he just killed 3 guys, and he's just like, oh yeah, I think I'm gonna turn this into a money making machine and exploit this whole situation even further. Which is insane, but who am I talking about? I'm on a podcast right now talking about a killer with the video game. How am I better? I'm not. Everything sucks. I suck. He sucks. People who buy the game sucks. People that hate on the game sucks. But it's just fucking funny, dude. Where's this world going to? Like, where are we heading to? It's just bizarre. You know what I mean? Like, this is all going to end badly. We have killers just making video games. Shooting games, dressed in the fucking outfit that he wore that night. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy. I'm also having car troubles recently. I drive a Hyundai, and that car is a piece of shit. I got a good deal. I mean, they say you pay for the quality, I guess, but I got it for a good deal. You know, they have 100,000 miles warranty on the powertrain. But I'm like, I already have the engine swapped out already, and that took me such a long time to get it done because they basically, when I was trying to get this shit fixed, they try a lot of ways to not fix shit, so they end up wasting a lot of time. And I got this engine swapped out, and I'm still having issues with the engine. It's just burning a ton of oil. And where I'm at now, the closest Hyundai is like super far away, and they only take appointments for a month out. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? My engine light's on now, son. They're like, yeah, sorry, I have to be a month out. So I don't know, dude. I don't know if I'm gonna need another engine swap, and I don't know if it will even be worth it for me to keep going back to the place to get these tests done. Like, it's just a time suck, man. And if anything I learned in my mid 30s right now is time is probably the most valuable thing I have, even though I spent a lot of time of it wasting on YouTube. But yeah, dude, I may be sure I saved $10,000 buying a Hyundai over like another car, but fuck, it's almost worth it to. If I could go back in time, I'd probably spend an extra $10,000 or $15,000 to get myself a Toyota or a Honda, something more reliable than this Hyundai. But I don't know. I hope I don't need to buy another car at 100,000 miles. I'm already at 60. No, I'm at 70,000 miles. You know what I mean? I'd like to. My dad's car is like still running. It's 250,000 miles. The Honda Accord, dude. Like, I want to get that to that point for myself. But who knows? That's just me ranting about having a shitty car. I don't know what kind of brand do you guys recommend. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end it there. It's gonna be a shorty today, but comedy has been fun. I'm getting fat. My car sucks, but everything else is pretty good. You know, happy 4th of July. Celebrate freedom. Kiss your loved ones. Blah blah blah. Oh, I also rekindled my friendship with a bunch of like childhood friends, which is good. But I don't want to talk about that right now because I'm gonna leave. So I'll catch you guys next time on the Dorian Show, and the next time I probably will have a guest or not. Who knows? I'll see you guys later. Love you all. Peace out. Bye-bye.